My stepmom secretly hated my deaf sister and mocked me online, so I used screenshots to expose her cruelty. And watched everything she built crumble. This week was different, though. I came home unexpectedly during the week and stumbled upon something that really threw me for a loop. My stepmom uses my computer since I am not home much, and she forgot to log out of her email. Now, I am not usually the type to snoop, and I was honestly just going to close it, but I noticed something that caught my eye. She had a bunch of replies from a subreddit for stepparents. Curiosity got the best of me, so I clicked through. What I found was shocking, to say the least. She has been very active in that community, not just posting benign stuff but really getting into personal details about our family life. She had this one post where she detailed issues about my personal life, twisting the facts and even outright lying to get people to sympathize with her. But it did not stop there. She posted about how much she enjoys the days when my siblings and I are not home and how she eagerly looks forward to us moving out. My sister, who really looks up to her, would be devastated to know this. She has made multiple comments about counting down the days until my siblings turn 18 so that she can finally have the house to herself with her real family. Her words, "It seems like she does not see us as part of her family at all." She has even said in some comments that it is okay not to love your stepchildren because they are not your own blood and you do not have to feel guilty for not considering them family. One of the things that hurt the most was reading how she gets annoyed by the laughter and noise when my dad and brother have their movie nights. They usually just hang out in the playroom, watch some shows, and crash. It is their bonding time, and she described it as a major annoyance. But the worst part, the part that really got to me, was about my little sister. She is deaf, and we all learned sign language to communicate with her effectively. My stepmom always struggled with it, and I thought it was just hard for her. But then I read her comments saying she found it pointless and a waste of time to learn sign language. My sister has always been patient, trying to teach her, and here she was basically dismissing those efforts online to strangers. My heart sank reading all this. The jealousy and resentment she expressed towards the time my father spends with us were so raw and bitter. It is like she wants him all to herself and sees any moment he shares with us as a threat. Some people on those threads even encouraged her, saying they felt the same about their stepkids. It is like a whole community of them just feeding into each other's negativity. And then there is the way she talked about me. Since I do come home on weekends and I am older, I have tried to be supportive. I have offered numerous times to babysit my little half-brother so she and my dad could have some time to themselves. She always declined, which I thought was weird, but now I see comments where she complained about me living at home. She even suggested to others that she should push my dad to give me an ultimatum to move out because I am too old to be living with them and I am in the way of their new family. Honestly, I cook my own meals, I do my laundry, I help pay the bills, more than she does, yet here she is painting me as some freeloader in her online rants. The audacity just blows me away. And the creepiest thing, she has made weird comments about my relationship with my dad, like she suggested it is inappropriate or too close because I hug him when I am home. He is my dad, we have always been close, and now she is twisting it to make it seem wrong. I am just floored by all of this, the two-faced nature of her behavior, how nice she acts in front of us while secretly harboring so much negativity and even hatred. It is just too much. I saved screenshots of everything. I even found posts and comments going back years, and I am keeping them all. If it comes down to it, I am ready to use them. I am not sure what I'm going to do yet, but for now, I just had to tell someone. Thanks for letting me vent. It is tough realizing that the only family I have left here might not really see me as family after all, but I appreciate all the support and well wishes from all of you. Comment 1, show dad her posts. Comment 2, show your father what she really thinks of you all because once you are all eventually out and she gets her wish, she is going to work double time to keep it that way and isolate him. Somebody who clearly has way too much time on their hands decided it was a good idea to share my situation on that step-parent subreddit, basically throwing up a big red flag for my stepmom, SM. Now, I have got screenshots and even a video that proves it is her account and shows all the comments she made, so I have got the evidence locked down. But if she catches wind of the post, she is just going to delete her account. I have got the proof, yeah, but I really do not want my siblings finding out about all this before I get the chance to talk to them myself. Plus, I know how these things go, posts end up getting shared all over, even on places like TikTok, without anyone's permission. And even though my siblings are not on Reddit or into that kind of stuff, I just did not want to risk it blowing up even more. So I pulled the post down to keep things under wraps for now. I am planning to repost in that same subreddit once I have had a chance to sit down and talk everything through with my family. Fingers crossed that folks on Reddit can keep a lid on it till then, though I know that is a long shot. Being a stepmom can be tough, sure, I get that. But there is a huge difference between saying you are finding it hard and actually posting hateful stuff. Like, seriously complaining about me being close to my dad and twisting it into something it is not, and saying learning ASL for my sister is a waste of time because she can read lips and she does not plan on seeing her after she is 18. That is just cold. And yeah, some people had issues with me hugging my dad. I mean, come on, I nap and hug my mom and siblings too. It is called being a family. Sorry for not fitting into a weird narrative where every hug has to be something twisted. So that is where I am at, stuck in the academy grind, juggling this mess, and trying to figure out the best time to get everything out in the open. I told my dad that I was staying at a friend's house when I left the academy, but I actually went to my mom's house and told her everything. She does not even know what Reddit is, that site is not used too much here, but I translated the comments and posts for her. I showed her the videos, and my mom was furious. I explained to her that in the comments, BM is Madre Biológica, I was confused about it too the first time I read that, also with SM. So my SM also made comments and posts complaining about my mother, being that they have always had a cordial treatment, but still my SM was lying, saying that my mother was troublesome. No one in the comments said anything, everyone supported her, and they recommended that she should move far away with her legal family, far away from the problematic BM and kids. First, we told my brother, who was also upset and said that she was a fake, but that he has seen her ignore my sister and pretend that she does not see or hear her a lot of times. He explained that, like me, it also seems strange to him that SM has not yet learned sign language. My siblings spend a lot of time at my father's house. Just like English or Spanish, sign language is much easier to learn if you live with someone who uses it every day. Therefore, it is strange that SM does not use it. He said that even my father has offered to pay for her classes, but she says she does not have time. We asked him if he noticed any other behavior of that kind, and he said that SM does not let him take care of our younger brother, which she also does with me, but curiously she does let our sister take care of him. So I do not understand that. Other than that, she has never treated him badly or anything like that. At the time of telling my sister, she was the most hurt. She cried, especially because of SM's comments towards me, calling me a. It is kind of ironic how the comments towards her affected me and the comments towards me affected her. Ha! Something that my sister noticed that I did not is that almost all of SM's comments are criticizing me, my sister, and even my mother, but my brother she has only criticized sleepovers or when he comes back late from being with his friends. But she has criticized my and my sister's clothes, made up things about my life, confessed that she hates it when we hug our father, she said we are too clingy, she talked badly about my mother, etc. My sister said it is sexist and maybe she has got some mental problem. My sister said she always believed SM did not really hear her and she maybe was not speaking well and did not understand her. I think that is the shittiest thing of all. My sister's greatest pride is being able to pronounce some words, no matter how short they are or if they sound like noise for some people. We understand her, but SM made her feel insecure every time she ignored her. I know that my sister always justified that by believing that it was her mistake and that SM made an effort to learn, but it was simply more difficult for her. But now we know that no, she was never interested in learning. I am getting mad again as I write this, sorry. My mother said she was going to talk to both of them, mainly because even though it is an anonymous site, SM's way of expressing herself is sick, and she is not going to let my siblings be around someone like that. Oh, but she is venting, being a stepmom is lonely. I received comments like that. It is not the same to say I feel lonely and I feel stressed than to say my stepdaughter behaves like a, just because me and my minor sister use a bikini for the pool. Her account is old. She has been leaving comments like that for years, with lies, with complaints we never heard before. It is just messed up. We arranged that we are going to tell our father all together and show him everything, so we are probably going to tell him tomorrow because I need to leave for the academy on Monday. My SM account has not been deleted. It is crazy how she makes things up to get approval from strangers. At this point, I do not even know if she is crazy or a mythomaniac. I would like to go back to her email since the password is saved, but I do not know if she will receive a notification of that because this time I closed the account. We talked to my father over the weekend. For now, he is staying at my mother's house. It is a complicated situation since in the middle of everything is my half-sibling too. During the weekend, I went to my father's house, and the first thing I did was tell my stepmom separately that I have seen her Reddit account and I am going to talk about it with my dad. She told me that I cannot condemn her for something she uses as an intimate diary, but I told her that this is not a diary, it is a social network where she makes her problems and lives public. If someone other than me discovered her account, then what was going to happen? Were they going to believe all the things she invented? If her identity was revealed on that account by someone else, I would have too many problems and could even be kicked out of the academy. Again, there is a big difference between saying I am stressed and my stepdaughters behave like, around their father. I simply told her that my mother and sister also know it and would come to talk about it too. She, for obvious reasons, just went to lock herself in her room, not wanting to talk with me. Once we talked to my father, I showed him most of the posts and comments. There were so many crazy comments, that I think it would take me too long to read them all because they were just so long too. She is that kind of people who comments the bio of their lives and the posts of other people. My father got angry. My SM never expressed having a single problem with us like that. The situation would be different if we knew what she thinks about us. My father went to look for my SM, who refused to talk about it and was mostly angry with me for violating her privacy. My father told her that she is insane for thinking that my sister and I sexually provoke him, that he cannot believe the way she talks about my sister and the happiness she expresses every time my sister goes to the hospital and is not home, how she expresses to be counting the days until my siblings stop going to the house forever. My father told her that she knew that he is a father and that he would never leave us aside. She made her decision, and even so, instead of talking about problems, she decided to create an account to play at being a victim. She said she needs a place to vent, but he told her that venting is not the same as telling lies. Venting is not the same as hating your stepdaughters and talking horrible things about them, and she could have spoken about it and not just lied. They argued a lot, but it did not get anywhere because she kept defending herself, and my father only told her that it was over. My mother told my father that she is not going to let my sister and brother be around a woman who is clearly mentally unstable because no normal person thinks like that. After arguing too much and even trying to make them understand that what she did is wrong, she just justified herself all the time. My father went with us and told her that he is going to come back just to see my brother every day, but that he no longer trusts her and never saw that side of her. She lied for so many years. Nothing really went as I expected because I expected her to be more mature. I think I at least hoped that she could apologize, but I think she does not even think that what she did is wrong. In her mind, everything was totally justified because being a stepmother is difficult, but nothing justifies her being so cruel and poisonous. But yeah, that is what happened. I think it is hurtful to know that someone can hide that much darkness inside. I was not too close with her, but I liked her to the point of sharing my clothes and things with her, so I also feel sad about it, mostly for my dad. Comment 1, wow, just wow. You think you know someone, and then 1 second, bam. I am so sorry you and your family are dealing with this. SM is off her rocker. Does she need constant attention and approval? She needs therapy, and most likely the whole family, because this is a traumatic event and major trust issues are now forming. Stay well, stay strong, op. Comment 2, I'm happy that your father stood up for you all. I got kicked out of step-parent Reddit because it was clear that some step-parents were unhinged and hated their step-kids with a passion. Op, yeah, I even had to delete the first post because I was told that someone had made a post in that sub to alert my SM. Hey everyone, it has been a wild few days, and things have escalated in ways I did not expect. So here is the latest on my messed up family drama. After my dad moved in with us at my mom's place, things were tense, to say the least. We had a family meeting to decide the next steps. My dad was shattered by the whole revelation, and he has been trying to come to terms with it while staying supportive of us. Then, out of nowhere, my stepmom decided to double down on her craziness. She went nuclear and started posting even more on her Reddit account, but this time she was not just venting, she was actively trying to twist the story, claiming that my mom, my siblings, and I were conspiring against her to break up her marriage. She painted herself as the ultimate victim, saying we were abusive and manipulative, all to gain sympathy and support from her online cronies. She even went as far as to share some really personal family photos and information, trying to paint a picture of her as a loving stepmom just pushed to the edge by us evil stepkids. It was bizarre and honestly pretty scary how far she was willing to go. I guess she thought going public would pressure us into backing down or something. One of her posts blew up, and now there is a whole bunch of people online talking about our family. My siblings and I were horrified. The last thing we wanted was for our private lives to be dissected by strangers on the internet. Plus, some people actually believed her twisted version of events and started sending us hateful messages. My sister, who has already been through so much, was particularly affected. Seeing strangers mock her for her hearing impairment and our family dynamics was heartbreaking. My mom was furious and contacted a lawyer to see what could be done legally to stop my stepmom from spreading lies and invading our privacy. But it did not end there. My stepmom got wind that we were planning to take legal action, and she freaked out. She started deleting posts and even tried to scrub her entire online presence, but the damage was already done. Screenshots were saved, and people had already started discussing her behavior in other subreddits. My dad tried to confront her one last time, hoping for some sort of closure or at least an explanation, but she was unrepentant, doubling down on her delusions that we were out to get her. It became clear that there was no reasoning with her, and my dad decided to file for divorce. It is a mess, and my little half-brother is caught in the middle of it all. He is too young to understand what is going on, but he senses the tension. My dad's been trying to spend as much time with him as possible to keep things normal for him, but it is hard with all the chaos. For now, we are focusing on rebuilding and moving forward. My dad's looking into therapy for all of us because this whole ordeal has been traumatic. My siblings and I are closer than ever, and we are determined to support each other through this. My mom's been a rock, providing stability and love amidst the storm. Thanks to everyone who has been supportive through this, it means more than you know. We are taking it one day at a time, and hopefully we will come out stronger on the other side. First off, thanks to everyone who has been following along and offering support and advice. It has been incredibly grounding during this whirlwind of chaos. Now on to the latest. The situation with my stepmom has gone from bad to unimaginable. I am back at the academy, trying to focus on my studies, but it has been tough with all that is happening at home. Just when I thought things might start to settle down, I received an unexpected message that shook the very foundation of what little stability we had left. Late one evening, after a long day of training, I checked my phone to find a message from none other than my stepmom's sister, Aunt Cindy. Yes, the aunt who has been more or less out of the picture. Suddenly, she comes forward with some startling information. She had been quietly observing the chaos unfold from the sidelines, recognizing the signs of turmoil that she felt were long familiar within her sister's behavior. Aunt Cindy explained in her message that she had been hesitant to interfere but felt compelled to reach out to me directly due to the severity of the allegations and the ongoing family disruptions. She revealed that my stepmom has harbored deep-seated jealousy and resentment not just towards us kids and my mom but bizarrely towards my dad as well, stemming from issues long before I stumbled upon her Reddit rants. The real shock came when Aunt Cindy voiced her suspicions about my little half-brother's paternity. According to her, there were questionable timelines and secretive conversations that she accidentally overheard years ago, suggesting that my stepmom might have had an affair. She admitted she had no concrete proof at the time and felt it too destructive to just throw accusations around without more to go on. But recently, Aunt Cindy overheard a damning phone conversation between my stepmom and an unknown party, discussing keeping a secret that could ruin everything if it came out. This conversation, coupled with the recent events, pushed Aunt Cindy to break her silence. Armed with this heavy information, I felt like I was carrying the weight of the world as I debated what to do. I knew this could potentially tear our already fragile family apart even more, but it also could explain some of the erratic behaviors and extreme resentment my stepmom exhibited towards us. I decided the best course of action was to bring this information to my dad. It was possibly the most difficult discussion I have ever initiated. I told him everything Aunt Cindy shared, watching his face shift from confusion to horror as the implications of what I was saying began to sink in. He was quiet for a long time, trying to process the potential betrayal from the woman he had trusted and built a life with. After a long, heart-wrenching talk, we agreed that a paternity test was necessary to clear the air, no matter the outcome. My dad insisted that it would not change how he felt about my half-brother. He had raised him from birth, and that bond was unbreakable. But for his peace of mind and to confront the web of lies we suspected we were entangled in, we needed to know the truth. The test was done, and now we are in the agonizing waiting period for the results. Meanwhile, my stepmom somehow got wind of the test. I am not sure if Aunt Cindy spoke to her in a plea for honesty or if word just got out, but the reaction was explosive. My stepmom launched into a tirade about how we were attempting to dismantle the family, fabricating wild accusations to alienate her and my half-brother from my dad. Her ability to twist reality had reached new heights, painting herself as a victim of a conspiracy orchestrated by her own sister and stepchildren. The household became a pressure cooker of tension and accusations. My stepmom's demeanor shifted from defensive to outright aggressive, asserting that we had no right to question her loyalty or her role in the family. Every interaction was fraught with hostility, and the home that once provided some semblance of peace was now a battlefield. Throughout this ordeal, I have been in close contact with Aunt Cindy, who, despite her own reservations and guilt for bringing this issue to light, has been an unexpected pillar of support. She regrets not speaking sooner but stands by her decision to help us seek the truth. As we navigate this storm, my siblings and I have rallied around each other and our dad, ensuring we are a united front. The bonds between us have only strengthened in the face of this adversity, and we are committed to supporting each other no matter the outcome of the test. For now, we wait. We wait for the results that might just redraw the lines of our family map. We wait to see if the foundations we have built our relationships on are as real as we believed or if they have been tainted by deception. Thanks again for all your support. This community has been a beacon during these dark times, and I am grateful for each word of encouragement and shared experience. Now for the stepmom post on Reddit. Hey Reddit, I am reaching out because I feel completely cornered and misunderstood in my own home, and I am at my wit's end. I have been a stepmom for several years now, and while I knew it would not be easy, I never imagined it would be this hard. I need to vent and hopefully get some support from those who might understand. I came into this family with the best intentions. I fell in love with a wonderful man who has 3 children from his previous marriage. I embraced the role of stepmom with open arms, ready to build a loving and supportive home. But over the years, the dynamics have shifted, and I feel like I am now seen as the villain in my own story. From day one, I have tried to bond with the kids, but no matter what I do, it is never enough. They are set in their ways and have this unbreakable bond with their biological mom, which I totally respect, but it leaves me as an outsider in my own home. They consult her for everything, undermining my position in the decisions my husband and I make. Recently, things have taken a more drastic turn. My eldest stepdaughter found some of my posts here, yes, the very place I come to for solace and advice. Instead of understanding my need for a space to express myself, she has twisted my words and used them to paint me as some kind of monster who hates her stepchildren. She has rallied her siblings and even their biological mom against me, fabricating a narrative where I am plotting to tear the family apart. It is heartbreaking. I have been accused of alienating them from their father, which is the farthest thing from the truth. I love my husband dearly, and all I have ever wanted was for us to have a peaceful, happy home together. To make matters worse, they have taken drastic measures based on assumptions and misinterpretations of my posts. They have even gone as far as questioning the paternity of our youngest, which is not only hurtful but insulting. It feels like a witch hunt where I am being blamed for every problem this family has ever had. I am sharing this here not to seek approval but to find some solace among those who might have experienced similar trials. Being a stepmom is challenging, and navigating these complex family dynamics can be emotionally draining. I do not know where we go from here. The home I loved feels like a battleground now. Every day is filled with tension, accusations, and tears. I am trying to hold on, to find a way to bridge this gap, but it is hard when every move I make is scrutinized and interpreted as malicious. Thank you for letting me share my side. Any advice or support would be greatly appreciated as I try to navigate this storm and hopefully find a way to restore peace in our family. First off, the paternity test results came back. It confirmed that my little half-brother is indeed my dad's son. This news brought a lot of mixed feelings. While it was a relief to know the truth and see my dad's relief, it also brought up questions about why my stepmom would hint otherwise to her sister. It seems like it was just another part of her tactics to create confusion and discord within the family. With the truth out, my dad made a decision. He filed for divorce. It was not an easy decision, especially with a young child involved, but given everything that has happened, he felt it was the only way to bring some peace back into his and our lives. The environment at home had become toxic, and for my dad, the final straw was the continual manipulation and lies that my stepmom perpetuated. My dad is now staying at a separate place close to us, and he has got joint custody of my half-brother. He is really focusing on making the transition as smooth as possible for him. Despite the chaos, he wants to ensure that he grows up knowing both his parents love him, even if they are not together. As for my siblings and me, we have been processing a lot. It is strange how everything unfolded, but it has also brought us closer together. We have been each other's support through this whole mess, and I think it has made our bond stronger. My stepmom, on the other hand, has become more isolated. After the divorce was finalized, she moved out and, according to my dad, is planning to move to a different state. Maybe starting over will be good for her. As for the online posts, she eventually stopped after realizing that continuing to paint herself as the victim was not changing the situation at home. In the midst of all this, we have all started seeing a family therapist. It has been really helpful to have a professional guide us through our feelings and frustrations. It is a safe space where we can be open and honest, which has been invaluable. This community has been a huge part of why I have been able to handle this situation as well as I have. Your words and shared experiences reminded me that I was not alone in this. Going forward, I am not sure what the future holds, but I am hopeful. We are all committed to moving past this and not letting it define us. Life is slowly starting to feel normal again, or at least as normal as it can be after something like this.